Hey everybody, welcome to the nightly video. I'd just like to say before we get started, there may be a few little changes as far as how these nightly videos go out. I don't know how often anyone uses these outside of the Stat Discord. I know a lot of people are watching them. But I also have some other things. I was talking to some pretty cool, quant finance guys, and gave me a little bit of a change of direction, at least on a few things, and just had a huge conversation with the stat team about that. So we might have some really cool stuff going on in the near future on the quant side of things and trying to get that stuff moving. But it also may change a little bit of what I'm doing just based on maybe a change of goals, if that makes sense. So that being said, we're going to get into the nightly vid, but as the week goes on, I'm not sure what I'm going to do differently, but I just have to think about it and change some things more than likely. So that being said, though, let's get started. If you go to app.startalerts.com, you're going to see you get the scans. And before we do that, we're going to hit the SPY. And you're going to see what did SPY do today. It did not go 2-2. It went 2 to the downside, right? So it opens as a 2 down 60, first 60 of the day. Second 60 comes in and reconfirms that 2 down 60. Now, why does this explode even though it's an inside day is your question. The reason that occurs is because of what we know to be true about the outside bar, especially when you're inside a previous range. So what you'll notice is, right, you get this try, and we were talking about how we're kind of just chopping around this stuff, got to get bigger. But it opens inside day, where they're nowhere near taking any of this stuff out. They're nowhere near taking yesterday's highs out. When you get a 3, a broadening formation, what it tells you is there is a participant countered by a more aggressive participant, right? It also tells you it's a broadening formation. So when the range expands on the broadening formation, you're always going to target the bigger broadening formation. So when this goes 3-2-15er, that will speed prices up should it stay out of that. Now, does this mean you're going to take every 3-2-15? Probably not. But when you have a lot of evidence, such as, all of the indexes doing that and coming back in, or at least 3 of the 4 or 2 of the 4, we can do that, right? In this case, it does go and do that, takes it out, and then you'll see it also happens later in the day. 3, they tried 2 down, did not work. And then 3-2 here, and boom, smacks the lows with an 2-2-260, takes them all out. And then the sideways, and then 2 go 3 to the upside. So you can see countered sellers with a more aggressive buyer at the close. With NVIDIA earnings, we are going to have a gap down tomorrow, so we'll be aware of that. We'll likely finish off the outside weak magnitudes here on SPY. And then with the Qs, it's likely to be a lot redder. You're going to have this broadening formation on the 15 for the open, but you'll have this 2-2 enforce with the Qs, the semis, and the XLK all following suit simultaneous break. Now, going into next month, this is going to set up maybe red. We still have a couple days, so we'll see, but maybe slightly red, closer to an inside bar. So we just want to be aware of that. But let's say this 2-2 reversal week did not reverse. It would take this low out. So we'll definitely want to know that that changes what's occurring as far as we understand. So we'll keep that in mind. And then as far as the other thing, when you're trading in this inside day, if we go to the semis, this is what we played today. 3-2. Boom. And you can see no 2 up on the day, but the 3 expands into the lows of this, and then it was done, right? Failed to make the new lows, so semis were a little stronger into the close, but now we have the gap down in NVIDIA. So all we're really going to be doing tomorrow is we're going to see who's confirming what has occurred, which a lot of things will gap down, and then we'll let it open because we'll open outside weak SPY, and that's a broadening formation. So should it try and recover, you're back through a broadening formation, and the range just got a lot bigger. So we'll see. Normally on gap downs, we go after things taking yesterday's highs first. So my goal tomorrow will be look at the gap list Elaine puts out on Twitter, and then the other goal will be anything hammer or setting up into tomorrow. If any of those are going in force, which might be slightly less than we would normally see, those will be the things we'd want to go after on a gap down day. So when we go and take a look just at what's closer to going hammer back up, and it looks a little different because I believe, I don't know if there's an update to the site, but it does look different to me here. If we go hammer on the day, and go indexes, I'm not sure if we have a ton there. Transports, okay. So IYT slight hammer, you would have a daily broadening formation. The week is conflicted, the month is conflicted, so it's not like the best stuff in the world there. If we go to just hammers here, you'll see 30. Ideally, we want full time from continuity. And these would be the ones with full time for continuity. So you got defensive, some healthcares, industrial. CHRW in the industrials. You'll see the momentum hammer, bright green on the month, bright green on the week. Still could take these guys out, 105.58 just about. So you'll see that. And notice when the market firms up later in the day, this goes 3-2. What does that do? It takes out high a day, as it should. And that's with full time from continuity, so pretty neat. If we go to KO, you'll also see momentum hammer on the strat attack list. So the staples 2 up, and then 2 up again, Momo hammer. So we'll see if that is going to be holding up or not. And then LH and MOH. LH, not so much. MOH, Momentum Hammer, could break out that weekly 3-week inside bar and cause a 3-2 month. So you can see it has been a lot higher, but this is a 3, and we're nowhere near taking these guys out. So I'd imagine if it does go up, we're going to hit exhaustion risk here, and then we're not too sure. So a few things there would really be Coca-Cola and maybe CHRW. If we go inside, these will be stronger as they did not trade lower today. So a lot of consumer cyclical. That tells us consumer cyclical will confirm or negate the downside we saw today. So if we go to GM, you will see the inside day slight shooter, but bright green month. So we'd still prefer that up, but we'll see if it's simultaneous break. MAR is setting up 3-2-2 for next month, 3-1 day as we close or get close to the end of the month. So that might set it up. Triple M in the industrials. Inside day, a little bit of a shooter. And I believe that is not all-time high. It's been a lot higher. So still come back through the monthly try here. It's green month. We will see where that opens, but I'd prefer not to short it. Although it looks like a good PMG, you're going to be conflicted with all this stuff. So it's a maybe on the downside. RCL, that's inside day, and they really got after them on Tuesday, so that would confirm full time frame continuity. Still a 2-down month, setting up for next month. And then that's about it. So we got a few cyclicals and then one industrial. And that's really going to be about it with bullish continuity. On the inside day list, there's about 98 inside days. So if we filter by ATR to get after the bigger ones, you're going to see we can go to Dick's. So you can see inside week, no thank you. Burlington Coat Factories, I believe. Inside day could become outside week if things were to be weak tomorrow, coming back through the range. It is not at exhaustion risk on the month, so you're conflicted still there. LRCX in the tech, closer to inside day to confirm week to confirm 3-2 down month. And a lot of these chips are outside quarter or 2-2 quarter down. If you go to MU, we talked about that 2-2 quarter with the weekly signal here. And notice you can still be short with ads this week. So a lot of that stuff is still going. And these quarterlies on the chips, like this is reclaiming 99.33. 48.43 would be the other side of the range. So you want to know about those really weak chips doing stuff like MU. Also SMCI, which is a really good gapper today. You see cratered kicking pattern in the morning. Inside week confirming what? The month down, RevStrap month of last month, which I did trade myself, and then the inside quarter down, .com bubble 2.0. That being said, though, let's take a look. We got another industrial PWR. So conflicted with the month. Could become daily pivot machine gun through all this stuff. And does it normally move when it's got the PMG is my question. It looks like it's not one of the best traders in here, so not so much one I like. ODFL and the industrials. It's a RevStrat week, so that's good. Inside month, setting up 3-1 for next month, that's good. Inside momentum, confirming the RevStrat week, that would be good too. So ODFL on the downside, not a bad idea to take these guys out and then set up the monthly Momo shooter to add to it. Spotify, inside day, slight 2-down week, still green on the quarter. And 3-2 up Doji on the month, setting up a Momo hammer potentially. So, maybe one of the upside names, but you'd have to negate that week and that month, which is still, not too far from doing. You can see 345. Daily magnitude would change that. So maybe Spotify does get moving. But that is going to be about it for the nightly video. We'll let them open with the gappers. Definitely want to follow Elaine on Twitter. And if you don't, just check this out here. We post as much as we can for free because we believe everyone should be able to use this stuff, and you're going to see Elaine post this every morning. So go and follow her here, Elaine Beans 99 or Benz, however you say it there. That being said, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning for those in stat, and if you're not, I'll see you guys in tomorrow night's nightly vid. Adios.